Hello, my grade 9 students. Welcome back to the second semester. This is the first lesson, Module 6, A Modern World, cover page and 6A Reading Life on Earth, 100 Years from Now, Part 1, Students Book, page 61 and 62. Learning Objectives. At the end of the lesson, students will be able to 1. Predict the topic of the lesson through discussing the cover page. 2. Identify the main idea after skimming the text, Life on Earth. 3. Guess the meaning of unknown words in context. 6. A Modern World. This is a new module, the first module in the second semester. Cover page, Students Book, page 61. First, what do you think this module is about? I think it is about a modern world. Okay, what does a modern world mean? I think it is about the world as it is today and as it will be in the future. Am I right? What are the characteristics of a modern world? Maybe modern houses, high-speed means of transport, and smart schools. But there are some negative aspects of the modern world, such as pollution. Discuss. Look at the pictures. Which of these exist now? Which do you see existing in the future? Number 1. No ice cap at the North Pole. We all know that the North Pole is covered with ice. But because of global warming and pollution, it is melting. It doesn't exist now, but maybe in the future. Number 2, a hotel on the moon. It doesn't exist now, but maybe in the future. 3, flying cars. Although they made flying cars, but they are not in service now. Number 4, robots doing housework. They made many robots and they do lots of tasks, but still they are not in houses. Number 5, houses using only solar power. We have now houses using only solar power, but not all houses. There are some houses in certain cities or certain areas. Number 6, holographic touch screen. It exists now. Look at this picture, holographic touch screen. What does holographic mean? Holographic technology enables images to appear three-dimensional. Let's have a look at the suggested answers. Houses using only solar power and holographic touchscreens already exist today. There have been some attempts to design robots which will do housework, but they haven't been fully successful so far. Unfortunately, global warming is causing the polar ice caps to melt, and it will be disastrous if we end up without any ice cap at the North Pole. I believe flying cars and hotels on the moon are things that will exist in the future. Pre-reading. 1. Read. A. Discuss. What kind of environmental problems exist in your area, town, or city? Do you have air pollution? Do you have too much rubbish? Do you have water pollution? I think in Qatar we don't have such things like water pollution or too much rubbish. In Qatar, maybe we have air pollution because of factories and traffic jams. What is the title of the text? What type of text is this? Where can you find this type of text? You can stop the video, answer the questions, then check your answers. The title is Life on Earth 100 years from now. What type of text is this? It's an article. Where can you find this type of text? In a magazine. Look at the pictures on this page. Have you noticed the chimney? What is a chimney? A chimney is a vertical pipe or tube which emits smoke and polluting gases. Have you noticed the globe? Have you noticed the dirty air around it? Have you noticed the dry land? What do they mean? They mean that our planet is facing serious problems. While reading Student's Book, page 61, read through the text and underline any unknown words.
Module 6. A Modern World. 6A. 1. Read. Life on Earth 100 years from now. Since the 1950s, we have destroyed more than a third of the natural world. Our way of life has caused many serious environmental problems. We use huge quantities of natural resources and produce too much rubbish. Pollution is affecting the climate, and our planet is getting warmer. The question is, will things ever change for the better? Some scientists are optimistic and believe that with the help of science, today's environmental problems will disappear. Other scientists are pessimistic and believe that soon it will be too late to save the planet. We asked 2 futurologists their views about life on Earth 100 years from now.
After reading through the text, maybe you underlined words such as optimistic or pessimistic or futurologist. What's the meaning of optimistic? Expecting good things to happen. What's the meaning of pessimistic? Expecting bad things to happen. What's the meaning of a futurologist? A futurologist is a scientist who studies how people will live in the future and what the earth will be like in the future. Read through the text and underline any unknown words.
The global population will increase and reach approximately 16 billion. There won't be enough food or resources for everyone. Temperatures will be higher than they are today. As a result, the Amazon rainforest will disappear completely and the area will turn into a desert. The ice at the poles will melt and sea levels will rise. As a result, some cities in coastal areas, as well as islands that are not very high above sea level, will flood and disappear. Air pollution will keep increasing and people will suffer from lung diseases because of the polluted air. Jake Davis.
After reading through the text, maybe you underlined some words like increase or approximately. What's the meaning of increase? Increase, to become larger. It is opposite of decrease. What's the meaning of approximately? Approximately means around or nearly, not precisely. Read through the text and underline any unknown words.
People will use alternative energy resources, such as solar power and wind power, much more than they do today. However, most of the world's energy will come from cold fusion, a clean, safe, and free energy resource. Scientists will control the weather. It won't be cheap, but they will use technology to prevent natural disasters in certain areas. Extensive desert greening will take place, and most of the world's deserts will turn into forests. Nicola Brand.
After reading through the text, maybe you underlined words such as alternative, cold fusion. What's the meaning of alternative? Alternative means other or different. Cold fusion, safe nuclear reaction. B. Read the text quickly, skim, and decide which futurologist's set of predictions is pessimistic and which is optimistic. Justify your answers. Remember that pessimistic is expecting the worst or the bad things to happen. Optimistic is expecting the good things to happen. You can stop the video, answer the questions, then check your answers. Let's check our answers together. Jake Davis' predictions are pessimistic. Why? Because he expected or predicted the worst to come. In the text, you can find the clues. There won't be enough food or resources for everyone. The Amazon rainforest will disappear completely and the area will turn into a desert. As a result, some cities in coastal areas as well as islands that are not very high above sea level will flood and disappear. People will suffer from lung diseases because of the polluted air. Nicola Brand's predictions are optimistic. She predicted that we will solve our global problems. Can you justify your answers and give clues from the text? Here we have people will use alternative energy resources. They will use technology to prevent natural disasters in certain areas. Extensive desert greening will take place and most of the world's deserts will turn into forests. To sum up, I learned some new vocabulary items such as optimistic, pessimistic, and futurologist. I learned how to identify the main idea through skimming. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.